Last night's tribal council, I was scared, because I received 2 votes. Good thing the dude's gone. Now all we gotta do is get rid of Robert, if we do lose, which might happen since we really suck at challenges.
Come on, where is that thing?
I am scared. I was the only other person who didn't vote for Mitchell. And now I feel like I could be the next one going home. So I gotta find this hidden immunity idol somewhere.
So why did you vote for Mitchell? I thought we made an agreement. He was weaker than Brody, so I had to take on the offer with Brody and Morgan and keep Brody in. You're unbelievable.
Do I feel bad about voting Mitchell? Yeah, kinda. I mean, he didn't really deserve it. I mean, he was just kind of weak, but do I regret it? No. And if we lose again, Robert's pretty much donezo.
So, we won again. Yeah. We keep this going and we can have numbers to, get to the merge. Yeah. I do want to get to the merge, but without JR. Okay, I don't want to deal with JR. He's kind of annoying. Well, true that, but he is useful for the team. I know, but I feel like we can win challenges without the guy. I mean, is he really that strong? I mean, he doesn't understand communication and doesn't know what pieces are which, and, he really struggled in the tower competition anyway. I mean, you got a point there. I don't know. Maybe we have to give him another chance. No, we have to get rid of him. But he's strong. I know, but he's annoying. I feel like strength is more important than annoyance. I honestly don't care. We need him gone.
Juan wants to get rid of JR, which I find no reason why we shouldn't. The issue is JR is strong. And, yeah, he kind of screwed up on those challenges sometimes, but, I mean, at least he does well for the team. I mean, I don't know who we're going to vote off if we do lose, which probably might not happen since we are good in challenges, but I say that and we end up losing. That would be embarrassing, so, yeah. We got to make sure we win.
So, I was going to ask you something. What is it? Have you ever considered on maybe voting JR? I mean, kinda. I mean, he's kind of bossy, he's rude, but he's good for the team. Yeah. So, I can't tell if maybe we should vote him off or Juan just because he's weak, but maybe we might vote for Allison just because she is weak. I don't want to get rid of Claire since she's pretty strong, so, yeah. Okay then.
I had a talk with Michael, and he's a little concerned on who we are going to vote off if we do lose. And, well, personally, I'm not opposed to, voting off any of them, really. Allison and Claire seem kind of close, and Allison's kind of weak. JR's bossy, and Juan is kind of lazy, so honestly, I am all good with any of them going home.
Oh my god, JR, you are such a hypocrite. How? You're just chilling there when you told us we shouldn't be relaxing, and yet you go relaxing, you gigantic hypocrite. Well, I'm tired. So are all we, but that doesn't matter to you since we should all get moving, I guess. Just go away.
I want him gone now.
So if we do lose, who do we vote? I don't know, maybe we vote Jasper. Okay then. But why Jasper? He's kind of strong. I know, but he makes it to the merge, he's pretty much going to dominate. I mean, he's already gotten 3 allies. So, he's kind of unpredictable. I can see that.
So, I really don't want us to lose, because if we do, we probably are going to have to vote someone off, and there's names being thrown around that I really don't really agree with. Jasper's really strong for the team, and he's helpful. He really helped Emily up when she was down in the tower challenge, and she's still willing to just go and vote him out. So, I don't know whether or not if I should just tell the Alliance that she's gonna try and vote Jasper out, but I don't know whether or not if that's going to be smart or not.
Alright, I think I'm just gonna go take a nap. Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for the idol. Same here. Alright, you two do that then. So are you good with Clyde going? Well, actually, maybe we vote Beth off. I mean, what has she done for the team that has been good? True that. So yeah, Beth tonight. If we do lose, hopefully we don't. Yeah. Alright then.
I don't want to vote Clyde off just yet, because if I vote Clyde off, that can get rid of some strength that he does indeed provide. So I gotta vote someone else off, like Beth, because she's just chilling in the shelter doing nothing. And, you know, Emily's my friend, so I kind of want to keep her in, so that leaves Beth as the only other option. But that doesn't mean Clyde is out of the woods, because he does need to go right after Beth.
Wait, is that what I think it is?
So I was looking amongst the tree, and I find this crystal just hanging on by a leaf. So I grab it, and I read the note off it, and it says, "Congratulations, you found the hidden immunity idol." Which is awesome. So, you know, I might not tell anyone about this since idols are very important in Survivor, and I feel like if I put them in the wrong hands, that the information can be put out, and I can end up wasting it or end up not going home with this in my pocket, so I gotta be careful.
Welcome to your next immunity challenge. First things first, Kuvu, Dravusa, getting your new look at the new Veikau tribe. Mitchell voted out at the last tribal council. Anyways, here's how this challenge will work. One member will be carrying their ball to here, basically. Everyone else is trying to get across it. The person who brings the ball across must then proceed to throw it into their basket right here. The two teams that proceed to make it into their assigned baskets win immunity, safe from the vote. Now, before we start, you guys must sit out 2 players separately. So, once you do that, we'll get started. Alright. Kuvu has sat out Clyde and Emily, and Dravusa sat out Veronica and Claire. It looks like the carriers and the throwers are going to be Jasper for Kuvu, Robert for Veikau, and Michael for Dravusa. So, survivors ready? Go! All 3 men making their way across the beam. Jasper slightly behind, though. As of right now, Robert is taking the lead for Veikau, Michael close behind, and Jasper needs to hurry up and pick up the pace. Jasper and Michael are tied, while Robert is nearing the end. And Robert makes it! Veikau, you guys can go! Michael is done. Dravusa, you can go. Jasper is still struggling, while Tiffany is starting to get started. And JR also starting the beam. Jasper finally makes it. You guys can go. So far, Tiffany and Morgan starting to make progress. JR looks like he's about to fall over. Beth and David get on. Looks like Juan is following behind JR and looks like he's regained balance. And it looks like Beth has fallen. You need to get back up and try again. It's a neck-and-neck race. Beth has to still get up after that fall. The other two teams are very close. Tiffany is done. David close by. JR is done. The other 2 are close behind. Looks like David is done. And Morgan is done. All Veikau need is Brody, and they can win. But Allison has fallen off the beam. She has to start all over again. Casey makes it. They just need Beth, and they can catch up. As Allison trying to get back up, Juan is also across. And it looks like Brody has made it. Robert, you can start throwing. Beth is barely hanging on to the beam.
Robert's first throw. It goes in and it goes out. He has to go retrieve it. Allison is inching closer to it. Robert has his ball back. Let's see if he can do it this time. He goes. And it goes over. You have to go get it again. Beth makes it. Jasper can start throwing. And Allison is really close to making it. Could this be Veikau's first time not going to tribal? Let's see. Let's see if Robert can do it. He does! Veikau gets first place, and for the first time this season, wins immunity. Woohoo! Yeah! Alright, but who will take second? Dravusa or Kuvu? Allison finally makes it. Michael can start throwing. Jasper, however, is ready to take his team's first throw. He goes, and he does it in one shot! Incredible! Michael unable to even get a chance because Kuvu and Veikau win immunity, safe from the vote. Well, Dravusa, after 9 days, someone will be the first one voted out of the Dravusa tribe. Let's find out who it will be. No tribal council for you guys for the first time. And once again, no tribal council for you guys. And those two in the back. So yeah, you guys can head back to camp in Dravusa. I'll see you tonight for tribal council. So, we finally won an immunity challenge, and that's a relief, because I'm fearing that if we didn't win, I would probably be going home. But, you know, we came first place, we knocked it out of the park, and we're safe for the first time this season. Once again, we don't have tribal council, which is great, you know. We could go the whole season without losing, but I'm thinking that that streak might come to an end soon. But once again, we have immunity. We're pretty much shows that we're probably the better tribe of the three. Well, it looks like that streak couldn't go on forever, could it? Nope. So, we suffered our first loss of the season. I mean, kind of expected it. Like Season 3, you're not going to always keep a streak going. So, yeah. Tonight's vote is, at this point, between Allison and JR. Allison, because she's the weakest, and JR just because he's annoying. So, it could go either way tonight. Okay, I say as the stronger members of the team, I say that we stick together. Okay, I'm good with that. So, who do we vote out? I'm presuming Allison, right? Yeah, she screwed up the challenge. You know, pretty obvious she has to go. Alright, I mean, I'd much rather have Juan go, but Allison's a better option, you know? Tonight's vote should be pretty straight and simple. Allison completely lost us the challenge today, so I'm pretty sure she should be going home tonight. I'm not hearing any other names, so, aside from myself, so I'm hoping that Veronica and Michael are gonna vote with me, because I don't know. I mean, after that argument with Michael, I'm surprised he's still willing to work with me. Okay, I say we vote for JR. He's just annoying the hell out of me, and regardless of strength, he needs to go. I fully agree with that. So I am ready to get JR out of the game, because he's annoying, so regardless of him being useful for challenges and being a shield in the future, I just do not want to spend another day in this game with the guy, so he needs to go. So how are you feeling about the vote? Well, you know, JR's annoying. You know, Allison wants him gone. So do I. But is that the best move? I mean, yeah, kinda. But he's good for challenges. I know he's good for challenges, but he's annoying, and I don't want to spend another night in the game with him. Seriously, Juan? I don't know. Allison is definitely the weaker person, so she needs to go. No. I say that it should be JR, no questions asked. So yeah, I obviously want JR out of the game, but Juan is being so annoying right now. You know, he's so demanding of us wanting to get rid of JR just because he was annoying him. And also, JR is one of the stronger people on the team. Heck, Juan might be the weaker of the two, so, of the three guys here, because Michael's pretty good. I mean, he didn't get to go, but it's not really his fault. Allison screwed up. Juan is lazy, and JR is also pretty decent. really good for the team. So I don't really know what I'm going to do tonight.
How are you feeling about the vote? Pretty obvious. We need to keep the team strong, so that's why we kind of have to have Allison out of the game. Well, I see that, but don't you think Juan is being a little bit too over the top with getting rid of JR? Can you really blame the guy? He just wants to relax. Well, we came on Survivor to play Survivor. We didn't come here just to relax and do nothing. You got a point there.
I don't know what Claire is technically doing right now. She's trying to get me to vote Juan, but I'm not doing Juan tonight. Maybe next tribal if we do lose. But we need to keep the team strong, and Allison's just not really a good player for challenges. So, if I vote for Allison, then that's that. If I vote Juan, it's a tie between JR, Allison, and Juan. So, I don't want to have to be the person who makes it a tie.
Welcome, Dravusa, to your first tribal council of the season. So, Michael, how does it feel to be at tribal council for the first time, 9 days without coming here? Well, it is a little nerve-wracking, We haven't experienced this thing yet, so we're about to experience it tonight. Someone's gonna go home, and yeah. Alright. Allison, you were really struggling out there in that challenge. Do you feel scared about going into tonight's tribal council? Well, obviously, Jeff. People view me as the weakest member of the team, so I wouldn't be surprised if my name is coming out on those pieces of paper. Alright. JR, how do you qualify someone going home? Well, it's just to strengthen the tribe. It's nothing personal. It's just we need to win more, so we don't want to come back here and vote someone else out. Alright, Juan, do you feel like that's your perspective on who's going home? Well, personally, I say that this tribe has a contestant that just doesn't really deserve to stay in the game. They are just uncalled for, and yeah, they kind of did it to themselves. Alright, with that out of the way, it's time to vote. Claire, you'll start us off. This vote is just to strengthen the tribe. I do think you're a nice lady, but you gotta go. I don't like you, and I'm never going to like you. So do me a favor and get the hell out of here. Alrighty. Now, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now is the time to do so. No idol? Alright. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. JR. Second vote. JR. That's 2 votes JR, 4 votes left. Allison. That's 2 votes JR, 1 vote Allison. 3 votes left. Allison. We're tied. 2 votes Allison, 2 votes JR, 2 votes left. Juan. What? That's 2 votes JR, 2 votes Allison, 1 vote Juan, 1 vote left. 6th vote. And the third person voted out of Lego Survivor, Kiribati. Allison. Allison, you need to bring me your torch. Allison, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. To be voted out on the first tribal council I attend is really annoying. I find no reason to why Claire voted Juan. She completely destroyed the chances of there being a tie. We could have sent JR home easily, but no, she had to go out and ruin it. So I wish Juan the best of luck. And Claire, we had an alliance and you broke it. You're fake, so I hope you can live with that.